We accept the love we think we deserve. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. To thy own self be true. The heart is like a garden. You can grow compassion or fear, resentment or love. What seeds will you plant? You will never get lost if you walk in your own path, or all replaceable, not replicable. Do or do not, there is no try. I like these. One more. I didn't want salmon. I said it 4 times. Bring enough. There we go. Very good. So, okay, so we've had this start this morning. I think we need to energize a little bit. I think we need to get a little bit energized really quick. So what I would like for you to do, I'm going to go to the next level. Gotcha. This is a little bit more challenging. This next level, I want you to take your right hand. I want you to put it like this. I want you to take your left index finger, place it into the palm of the person beside you. It's going to look like this. Same rules apply for this level. Sorry, mic drop. I dropped the mic. As the first level got you, don't go before I say got you. Keep your palms nice and flat. This time, you're going to go down with your finger. If you go up with your finger, you probably won't win, okay? Ready, set, gotcha! Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, good. Here's how I like you try. If you guys will stand up out of your seats, if everyone will move towards this back wall and face the front over here. All right, good. So this activity that we're about to try is called Sneak Attack. Remember I said we're going to put you guys, have you guys do some activities. Now I might challenge you a little bit. Right here I'm placing a salt shaker, and right over here by Roy I am placing a pepper shaker. And I'm going to divide the room right through here. So if you guys will all kind of step over there. As a matter of fact, if you guys will kind of step over there onto Roy's side, and you guys can be on this side over here. Imagine that there's a line on the floor that runs from here to there, line on the floor. The objective of this activity is, as a group, this group and this group, you will cross that line. You will come, as a group or as individuals, you guys will come and grab this salt shaker. You guys will grab that pepper shaker and then retrieve it and then take it back across the line. Sounds easy enough, right? Well, here's a couple of catches. I am the guarder of the salt shaker. He is the guarder of the pepper shaker. And I will have my back turned to you guys, and Roy will have his back turned to this group. And if as soon as we say go, you can cross that line. If I turn around and catch anybody in my group moving, even a little bit, the entire group goes back across the line. You guys, this group, if Roy turns around and catches any of you moving, he will say, you are moving, go back across the line. So that's the very basics of it. Once you get the salt shaker or the pepper shaker, every member of your group must touch or hold the shaker before your group can go back across the line. And at any point, I turn around and I say, do you have the salt shaker? If you have the salt shaker, your entire group has to go back across the line. Does that make sense to everybody? So you guys will be trying to retrieve the pepper shaker. You guys will be trying to retrieve the salt shaker. And our word goes, if we say you have to go back, you have to go back. You guys ready? Go.
I almost fell.
Okay, you guys all go back.
Oh my gosh, you better turn around over there.
Oh, you're moving. Sure.
Yeah. so intense.
Yeah,
I
so-
believe in your intensity though. I felt it. And I appreciate it. What if you had to do? You can explain that to us.
Once you get it, every member of the team has to touch it before you can go back across the line.
If I take who has it.
If I can pick who has it, you have to start over.
But you didn't say that.
That's what just happened.
I object to technicality.
I got time.
You gotta explain that part.
Whether you heard it or not, that's on you. That is-
Okay.
Do you have the pepper shaker?
No. He doesn't.
Oh, alright. I think I know who has it now.
Just walk away. Just go back. I can't see it.
You have the salt shaker?
Who?
Right here, in the black and pink. Yeah.
Does a flower bloom in the field? Does a flower bloom in the field? Does the flower bloom in the field? He doesn't know.
For a split second, I thought that it wasn't your name. I was like,
It's not.
Does the flower bloom in the field? Does the flower bloom in the field?
I saw movement.
Does the flower bloom in
I love
the
it when
field?
people are like, oh.
You could have been like, stop running.
Does the flower bloom in the field?
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
You can come back now.
We did it.
You're over, let's go back across. You guys,
I'm across.
yeah.
I'm
Good
across.
job, guys.
Well, that was fun. I know that was awesome, black music.
Watch them and see if they can do it.
You make a better story than a window.
Question.
They're done. Well done.
I know you don't heart rate it.
You know what second place is, right? You know what second place is. Well, you right after first.
Good job, guys. So, that was awesome. There was some really interesting strategies going on. There was the run and dive and grab and throw all in the same motion. They threw it so hard they almost broke the light up here. Anything interesting happen over here?
My favorite technique is the I can't see him, he can't see me technique.
Inside your small groups. Talk inside your small groups. Just real quick, for less than a minute. Did you intentionally try to display your leadership characteristic during an activity? If you did, how? If you didn't, that's okay. We're still practicing. Talk that amongst your small group. Raise that go.
How many student orgs are there?
There's a ton, but not everybody's active.
Okay. So once again, we're practicing this intentionality. We're trying to take that one key thing away. We'll practice intentionality. This group, I want you to stay with me. This group, I want you to go with Roy. If you guys will go join Roy over there, if you guys will come with me over into this open space, that'd be wonderful. This is a different type of activity. Remember, we're trying with intentionality. Let's focus on those character traits and those abilities that we have. This activity is pretty simple in theory. It's hard to execute. It's called Human Mastermind. Has anyone ever played the game Mastermind? Remember this game? We're trying to figure out what exactly goes on what space in the fewest amount of times as possible. So in this activity, there is numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. I have predetermined, predestined 4 of you in this group right here. 4 of you have a number that you are assigned, a number that you are assigned. And as a group, you're going to try to figure out which 4 people that is. It could be anybody in the group, all right? Now, there are 2 ways to figure this out. Whenever I say go, you will place 4 people on these squares. 4 people you think might be the right people, or whoever you think. 4 people on these pieces of paper. You just stand on them. I will tell you 2 things. I will tell you how many of you are supposed to be on the pieces of paper. And then I will tell you how many of you are in the correct position, which means you are standing on your number. So I might say 3 of you are supposed to be up there, which means 3 of the 4 people have a number. Then I will say, 1 of you is in the correct position, which means although it's 3 of you are up there, only 1 of you is standing on your number. As a group, you guys are going to try to figure out who the 4 people are in the fewest amount of time.
Great questions.
Any more? So I'll start the time. Talk to each group.
The time starts whenever you start. Yes.
Do people know that they're supposed to be up there?
They do not.
They don't. So you just randomly.
I randomly selected 4 people.
Okay.
Nobody moves except we move back. We'll move one at a time to figure out which one is there. And then we just keep going through and we'll eliminate the ones that are there. Does that make sense?
Are we going based on the time limit, or are we going based on how many turns it takes for us to get?
So it's really, you want to try to do it as fast as you can, in the fewest amount of time. As fast as you can.
But if we don't have some sort of order,
It's
we-
not gonna get, it's gonna
Yeah.
be disorganized.
right? So we gotta have some sort of order first. So like I said, if we just got in a line and the 4 people got on there, we could start eliminating people.
Yeah,
See what I'm saying?
that makes sense.
I know something. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All you guys got glasses. One of you's got one group of 4. You see what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, what?
Looking for a pattern.
Yeah, we have glasses.
There's 4 people that have glasses. Then we now find the next pattern. Let's get 1, 2. Let's get the glasses.
Oh, that's awesome. And eliminate based on that. Yeah, that's a good way.
Okay.
Process of elimination.
Okay.
That's another way.
But how are you supposed to determine if it's based on the glasses? Like, how are you supposed to know that's going to be attractive?
At this point, sure, it really doesn't matter.
That's what I'm
Or
saying, if we
can
just
count,
stand
or
in
we can do
line,
1, 2, 3,
and
4,
then start,
1,
we
2, 3,
could,
4.
if 4 people get on there and he says 0, those 4 people we can get out of the way,
True.
you know? And then the next 4 go up, if he says 1.
But we have to be on the
could-
right
You're gonna tell us when one of the right
No,
Right.
it's also saying
Right.
we are supposed to be there.
I get what you're saying now. Yeah, I get
Then
what
we
you're
can get everybody else, then we can figure out.
Because if he says
saying.
no
Who the floor.
on
we can
the
all
right number,
Could we do count off by 4? Then that way it's not completely random. Then we can eliminate individuals by.
he's right, it has to be the right number.
Right, has to be the right number.
But once
So
we get the
then,
correct
so then let's
people,
start one at a time then, and just
But
keep
he's saying
going.
as few as possibilities as
That's
possible.
yeah, too many.
So how about 1, 2, 3, 4, get in
Yeah.
4, yeah, so,
And then another 4.
yes.
Like you
Yes, but we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, you know how you used to do in school, and you stay
So like
assigned to
4
that
people
group.
here?
So there'll be a group of 1s, a
And
group
then they
of
go to the
2s,
side,
3s,
another
4s,
group of
and we
4?
just switch.
Unless you say somebody is still
okay,
there.
let's go.
Yeah,
Just do the 4 going through.
yes, yeah.
Just do 4.
But we have to do it quick because
Come on, who's next, who's next?
Well, you guys face me.
Face
so I
you.
can- Yeah, sorry. What your
No,
time is?
behind the number.
Time has started.
Behind the number.
One of you is supposed to be up there, and 0 people are in the correct position.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
okay.
all just.
okay, now how
No, so now you go up, and then you come over here.
Okay.
Eventually, we're gonna find which ones.
But that's gonna
Yeah, but we
Yeah, but then how are you going to know who's
Yeah, but
Okay.
But then how are you
I
going to
think,
now,
hey,
you're not gonna know.
how are you going to know who's in the right spot then?
Because he's saying it.
yeah.
He just says one's in the right spot. He doesn't say
You
who.
have, one of you is supposed to be up there, and 0 people are in the correct position.
Okay, hurry up.
No, we're all in the, one's supposed to be here, but it's in the wrong number.
Okay. I think
We should have people
One of you is supposed to be up there, and 0 people are in the correct position.
So now someone's going to
so. Yes. So now I'm someone's in my spot.
One of you is supposed to be up there, one of you is in the correct position.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, now just one person off. One person off.
Okay. I'm moving.
Have one person come in.
Sorry.
One person come in.
One of you is supposed to be up there, 0 people are in the correct position.
You come back.
So
You're
Nana,
supposed
you're
to
off.
come back.
So
Nana can come off.
Yes, no, not a move.
No, you
Not
go
a
here.
move.
You're
None of us
staying
are
there.
on.
But hold on.
No.
She went out.
Yeah, you went out.
No, there was one person
So,
that
yeah,
was supposed
she's-
to be up
And it was
here.
her.
Yeah,
In the first group.
Yeah, person,
Yeah, I said
yeah.
Nana.
But then he
Because there was
went
one
in,
in the
still
correct
one
position,
person.
now there's one that's in the incorrect position. So he's the one that joined.
Right.
She came off, so he stays.
No, we finished within like 5 minutes. Yeah, we're done with the first.
So if you've already been 2 people, step up.
Then we're in the correct position. And then we took someone off, and then we had
3 of you are supposed to be up there, one of you is in the correct position.
See?
Wow.
Okay, so you stay.
Okay.
You stay.
You 3 switch. You 3 switch.
Yeah, it's just you 3 that have to figure it
Yeah.
out.
3 of you are supposed to be up there, 2 of you are in the correct position.
Okay.
Okay, now just
You
roll
2
it.
switch.
Oh, so no, one of
Yes.
you's wrong though.
So yeah.
3 of you are supposed to be up there, one of you is in the correct position.
So Nana and Amali need need to switch,
Yeah, we need to switch.
right?
Nada's not in it.
Yes, like that.
No, not easy.
Yes, he is.
One of them.
Yes.
Three of you are supposed to be up there, and three of you are supposed to be up there, and one of you is there.
Okay, you two need to switch back because you were
You
here.
two switch. Molly, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Three of you are supposed to be up there. Three of you are in the
All
correct
right, Molly,
position.
you need to change out.
See how easy
Now
that
we
was?
just need to keep.
New person, so we just need to keep rotating last person.
Three of you are supposed to be up there. Three of you in the
Next
correct
person.
position.
So have you gone yet?
4 of you are supposed to be up. 4 of you are in the correct position. So, how long do you guys think that took?
10 minutes.
2 minutes.
5.
20 minutes.
2 minutes and 48 seconds.
Nice.
So you guys did that very quickly. Now I observed some different group dynamics going on, and on how to be successful inside of a group. But what did you guys notice that, hey, these are some things we did that caused us, because you were very successful. You did it much faster than most groups do it. So what are some things that you did that made that successful?
Process of elimination.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by process of elimination?
As the four of us would come up and you would say only one up there is correct, well, it's off. We finally got the one to there, so we knew the three that were still up there were out. We were not up here.
But before that, we had a plan.
We also worked
Exactly.
together
Right.
as a whole group.
We had a
That's
plan.
what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, we started with the plan, so
What else did you guys notice?
We talked, started with the
talked,
plan.
kept communicating,
Communication.
encouraged each other.
And all voicing opinions too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of communication going on. Yeah. What else?
We were willing
was
to
positive.
try and fail.
Yeah.
We just kept
And those,
going.
everyone was cooperating.
I liked it because often, every once in a while we'll do this with a group and there'll be the one participant that's kind of sitting in the back and like, they're in the group, but they just are early disengaged, not participating in the group, not being okay. 2 for 2. There's 2 ways around it. This would be not. 2 for 2. Someone could fall. 2 for 2. 2 for 2. 3 for 3. 3 for 3. 4 for 4.
Wow. Who's left? Who hasn't been up here?
Supposed to be on there.
5 for 5. Impressive. All right, so this is the final level. Final level.
We're ready to find a level and look at those guys.
Be nice. Be nice. We all learn at our own paces. All right, so. Yeah. All right. Redo this. All right. Buddy didn't do this ahead of time. That's good. So I have a question.
Yeah, we have answers.
I like that. I like that. So, what are some interesting facts about this area? Because I've never really been here before.
I heard some Irish dude fell off the mountain, that's why his name's Scottsbluff.
All right. Did not know that.
Bedford Dad.
Left for dead, he died there.
Yeah, he was on Indian attack. Yeah, I did a public speech on it.
We're part of the Oregon Trail.
And they keep that for, but it's.
I don't know about this lamp, I know this stuff in general. Benjamin Franklin had syphilis.
Good to know.
It's like, hey, we're trying to figure this out, let's ask as many questions as we can. You guys could have asked me unlimited amount of questions. I would have answered almost all of them. I would not have told you who was supposed to be where. Any other question you can ask me. B, brainstorm ideas, which I thought you guys did a really good job of. It was like, hey, here's an idea, here's an idea, here's an idea, here's an idea, here's an idea. And it was coming from here, it was coming from here, it was coming from a few different places. C, let's choose an idea, what you guys did. It's like, let's choose it. D, do. And then E, evaluate. If it worked, did it work? Yes. If it did, great. Let's move on. If it didn't work, then let's go back. And how far back do we need to go? We may have to go all the way back to the beginning and be like, we need to ask more questions because we clearly don't understand it. Or we've run out of ideas, so we need to brainstorm some more ideas. Or let's choose another one of our ideas and then do. A lot of people get lost in that do, where they just talk over and over and over. But one of the things that's good for you is like, hey, we got started. Let's do. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I thought it was really good. You guys did a good job. Now, I'm going to ask anybody pay attention and try to focus on our leadership. Can you tell me about it? Okay.
Alright, so pretty much the same, right? Yeah, four numbers again.
Anybody else?
However, one rule will be changed. One rule will be changed. From now on, you must have all slots filled before you can check. Alright, you must have all slots filled.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, did you?
Also, you only have 15 checks. 15 checks.
All right, I got you.
I'm not.
Okay.
All right, well, let's, I think they're done. Let's go over back.
Yeah, y'all feel free to strap.
Variety of restaurants and everything.
All right, so I don't know about the other side of the room. I know this side of the room is hyper competitive. Yeah, so they were doing really well. So I want to allow some competitiveness throughout the room. We really like this competitive atmosphere. So I have a brain puzzle for you guys. So there's a bow and arrow on sale for $21. Okay. The bow costs $20. We've got people taking out the pens and paper. The bow is $20 more than the arrow. How much is the arrow? $1. Incorrect.
$20.
Incorrect.
What is this?
There is a simple answer.
Yeah.
Repeat. Okay, just for you. I'll repeat it. So there's a bow and arrow on sale for $21. The bow is $20 more than the arrow. How much is the arrow? Incorrect. I'm sorry.
It's not, because it's all together.
It's
all
free.
together. $21.
Incorrect. I'm sorry.
It's free.
Incorrect. I'm sorry. 50 cents. Ooh, that is the answer. Very good. 50 cents. But how, you might ask?
So the arrow is 50 cents. The bow is $20.50.
That's what I said. Now I'm mad.
You were close. You were close. You named the price of the bow, not the arrow.
Oh, I thought you asked for the phone. I'm still mad. Go ahead.
Very good. Well, if it makes you feel better, I had no idea what the answer was. So, do you guys all get it? The bow was $20.50.
So the bow
was worth $20 more than the 50 cent
Yes,
arrow.
because 20, 50 minus 50 is 20. So the bow was $20 more than the arrow.
There you go. Good job, Roy. So, I'd like for us to move on to the last session of the day. And it's basically we're going to wrap up everything we talked about today. And it's a little keynote that I like to call We Are the Music Makers and Dreamers of Dreams. You see this picture up there? That is Willy Wonka's outline. And I really like this quote. And we'll get to it in a minute. I like this idea of us today looking at things a little bit differently and viewing leadership a little bit differently. So what I'd like for you to do is point up at the ceiling. And I want you to imagine on the ceiling there's a clock. And I want you to just start with your clock. I want you to start going around in a clockwise circle, like you're looking at a clock, 1 to 6 to 12, and start spinning a circle. And I want you to look at that. I want you to bring it down a little bit lower, bring about eye level, continue to spin, bring about chest level, continue to spin, look down. Is your finger going clockwise or counterclockwise? Counterclockwise. Let's try that again. Look at the ceiling. I want you to start making a circle. Look at the clock like you're going 1 to 6 to 12. Start spinning in a clockwise circle. Bring it down to eye level. Bring it down to chest level. Look down your finger. What direction is it going?
Counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise. Why is that? Your perspective changed. Your perceptive change. Your perspective changed. Your prescription changed. You got blurry vision. You go to the doctor. That's what we call paradigm shift, and that's what we named our company here. And this idea that I want you to view things, leadership a little bit differently. And we've talked about this one trait, this one thing that we want to take away, and this one thing that will make a difference in our world. How can we do that? So for us, it's this idea of we're the music makers and dreamers of dreams. When you do this, when you have the paradigm shift, you do start to look at things a little bit differently. So this first slide, this is called a wordle. It's a word puzzle. And that wordle makes up a word or a phrase or a saying that you have heard before when it's put together like that. Whenever you know what this word is, just go ahead and stand up. When you know what this is, go ahead and stand up. Yeah, not fair, Roy.
That whole table stood up together, I think they were.
It's true, I didn't. Does anybody know, anybody who's standing willing to tell us the whole room what it is?
For instance.
For instance. So it's for in the word stance. For instance. Okay, let's try it again. This one's a little bit more challenging. What is this one? As soon as you know it, stand up. As soon as you know it, stand up. Sorry, that was me. Oh, we got one. We got a couple. Roy knows it because he's a champ. It's easy. These are easy to the ones that know the answer.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's true. You guys, you want to take a stab at it?
Budget?
No, not quite. I like that. Age before beauty. That's it. Age before beauty. That one's tough. That was pretty tough. How about this one? Also challenging. As soon as you know it, go ahead and stand up. Once again, Roy, you know the answer. That's not very fair. You guys can work together as a group if you'd like. Did you get it? But you're going to try. I like that. Oh, we got this group thinks they have it. We'll give it a few more seconds.
That's exactly what I
All right, you guys want to say what it is? H2O. He's like, yeah, well, now I'm really curious. What did you have? Alphabetical order, not bad, not bad. Is that what you had as well? H2O. H2O. It's pretty tough. So we're thinking about things a little bit differently. If you're like, oh, H. How do we get it? It's letters H to the letter O. H2O. That one's pretty tough one. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So a lot of us, as we're going through life and we see things a little bit differently, this is how a lot of people, particularly college students, how they go through life. I want to make sure this video plays and hopefully something to that. I think a lot of people go through life and say, hey, I want to make a difference, I want to be somebody that does something, and they just hop on their skateboard and start going. They just start going, and they say, I want to be successful. I want to be really successful, so I'm just going to go be successful. But we all know that there actually needs to be a plan behind what we're doing, right? That we need to utilize our resources. We need to come to events like this. We need to be a part of programs like Trail Student Support Services. We need to be a part of leadership organizations on campus. We need to learn, we need to grow. We need to meet with mentors. We need to have this plan put in place so that we know where we're going and what we're going to do as we go down that plan. And I feel like that when people are making a plan, sometimes they say, I want to get into an awesome career, and these are the things I want to do. And I want to show you guys some pictures. These are not part of my original presentation, but I left them on here because I thought you'd really like them. People with the worst jobs in the entire world. This guy. These guys. This guy. That guy. I'm saying you need to have a plan. If you want to be successful in life, if you want to make a difference, you want to be a music maker, a dreamer of dreams, if you want to be someone that's making a difference, not only on this campus, with your community, with the people that you care about, have a plan, look at things a little bit differently, and most importantly, be like the star of this video here. You have to have a plan, you have to put something together, you have to be someone who says, I'm going to be focused on my task, I'm going to do what it takes. And if you do those things, then you can eventually be what we like to call a music maker and a dreamer of dreams. And we get this quote from Willy Wonka in this video here.
I must show you this. Lickable wallpaper for nursery walls. Lick an orange, tastes like an orange. Lick a pine one, it tastes like a pine one. Go ahead, try it.
I got a plum. Grandpa, this banana's fantastic. It tastes so real.
Try some more. The strawberries taste like strawberries. The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Snozberries? What the heck is snozberry?
We are the music makers. And we are the dreamers of dreams.
I've only been with you guys for like an hour and 48 minutes so far today. And I can already tell that there are some music makers and dreamers of dreams in this room. But people want to be nurses, people that want to be social workers, people that want to go into agriculture, people that want to go into business and industry, people that are already doing those things. You're music makers, you're dreamers of dreams. You're people that have a plan, people that show up to events like this and say, I want to become better, I want to challenge myself, I want to look at life a little bit differently, I want to make a difference to other people. You're here, you're doing those things. So I want to reinforce the notion that if you want to be a music maker and dreamer of dreams, you have to do two things, and very, very simple things. The first thing is you need to dream dreams. And I think it's easy for us to dream some dreams, like, hey, I want to go to college, I want to do this, it's career related. And some people have some other dreams, like, hey, I want to have a family, or I want to spend some time traveling the world, whatever your dream might be. But for me, the easiest way for us to get into this mindset of dreaming dreams is to start off by thinking about what are the things I really want to do in life? What are the things I really want to accomplish? What are the things I really want to see, do, be, experience? What are those things? What are those things I want to do? And then start living my life in a certain way that I'm fulfilling those things all the time. I'll use Roy as an example. Roy was born with a cleft lip and palate. And he's very open and honest about it. He talks a lot about his experience growing up. How many surgeries have you had? 12 surgeries on his face to get to the point where he is to this point in life. And Roy, one of his dreams is to open up a leadership camp for young people that have born with cleft lip and palate. Talk about how to survive, how to excel, how to grow, how to use your story, how to use your experience to make the world a better place. Because that's what Roy does. And Roy is living his life in such a way that that is becoming closer and closer and closer to reality. So, if I'm using Roy as an example again, Roy is 25 years old. He graduated college 2 years ago? 1 year ago. A little over a year ago, he graduated college. He worked in education for about a year at the collegiate level, and then now he's wanting to travel around and do events with us so that he can get this experience so he can open up his own camp. But he lives his life in such a way that it's not just, hey, that's my big dream, career goal, and aspiration. But I'm going to be able to live my life in such a way that I can impact others as I go. And for us to do this, it's a matter of thinking about the things that you want to do. So bear with me for a second. I'm going to go through a few slides that are going to help us get into this dream mode. All right? These are things that I want to do. These are some bucket list items that are from my bucket list. Okay? And if it's something you would want to do, I would say 5. Like this is the absolute 5. I'd want to do it. 0, I would never want to do that. 3, like in between, maybe depends on how much money you give me to do it. So 0 to 5. Tell me if you would do these things. First one, grow a mustache. 0 to 5. Let's see. 5, a check, done. Yeah, we got that one. Surprised some of you ladies have a 5 up there. That's cool. Next one, run a marathon. 0 to 5. So anyone completed a marathon yet? It's cool. Me too. It's awesome. How about this next one? Learn to play piano. Nice. Can anybody do it? I can. It's on my list, obviously. I would love to do it. How about this next one? Skydive. 0, negative 0. Has anybody been skydiving before? I have. It's super awesome. It's so cool. I love it. Some people are like, you could not pay me to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. Next one, go to Antarctica. 5. Do we have any zeros? Like, you guys are crazy. That is so cold. Why would you ever want to go there? That's really nice. I want you right now, to the people around you, write on a piece of paper if you want to do that. What is your biggest dream goal? We're in this mindset of what is our biggest dream or goal. Write that down on a piece of paper. Tell those people around you what it is. Ready, set, go. It's good, about 20 more seconds. My son. All right, good. So I wanted to read off some, I know we shared there, I want to read off some of the goals that we put down, our biggest goal or dream. Teach at the collegiate level. Create a leadership camp for people with clefts. Imagine that you would. Graduate medical school. That's a big one. CEO of a corporation. Make people around me happy. Publish a book. Be a husband. Complete college. Own a house. Be a business owner. Make your parents proud. Those are some really awesome goals and dreams. And I think it's important for us, if we want to be people that make a difference, to dream those dreams. Don't ever stop. There will be people that come in your life who will say, you can't do it. There will be people that look at you and say, snozberries. Who's ever heard of a snozberry? And someone's going to come to you and say, hey, you're some poor kid from the middle of nowhere. Why would you think you could be a CEO? There are people come to you and say, hey, you're too old, you're too young, you're not smart enough, you can't do it, you don't have enough experience. You want you to tell those people, I want you to grab them by the face and look at them and say, we are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams. Okay, don't really grab by the face, but you can't say that to them. We are the music makers, we are the dreamers of dreams. Dream big dreams. And I think there's a lot of people that have told my generation and your generation that you can do whatever you want to do in life. You do whatever you want that you want to do in life. And I think that's true, and the first person supports you. But I think they leave off a very important part of that. It requires a whole lot of hard work to do what you want to do. If Roy wants to start a cleft palate camp, leadership camp for cleft students with cleft palates, that is not going to come without an incredible amount of hard work, diligence, without a little bit of luck, without a lot of help. And we know that. Like, that is the case. That is absolutely the case. So if you want to be one of those people that makes a difference, that's a music maker, put the work in it, or be a dreamer of dreams, put the work in it by making music. Make music. Do things. Be a doer, not a talker. Be a leader. Be someone that steps up and takes advantage of a leadership position. Be someone that says, I'm going to start something new on this campus. Be someone that says, I'm going to move away and go to school far away from home. Be someone that says, I'm going to go, I see someone sitting on the other side of the cafeteria that's all by themselves, and I'm going to go sit by them because I want to be their friend. Be someone that says, hey, our community needs some volunteers. I'm going to go volunteer. Be someone that says, hey, I've got a little extra money. I want to buy that person some food. Be a music maker. Be someone who's living intentionally to move to that direction. Does that make sense to everybody? I think it's really, really simple, guys. If you want to be successful, try to do new things. Step outside your comfort zone. Attend things like this. Learn from other people. Make some music. Dream some dreams. All right? Now, I want to end this on a very, very high note. There's 1 minute left before we're done. I mean, I'm exactly on the right time. So I want everybody to stand up. I want you to think of one word that describes these last 2 hours that we've been together. One word that describes these last 2 hours. I want you to go around, I want you to give somebody a high five and say that word to them. Just like that. Say what the word is. Ready, say, go. Do it to as many people as you can. Ready, say, All right, guys, thank you. Can I take a group selfie with you guys? Will you come over here if you want to, in front of this beautiful picture, and take a group selfie with me?
Everybody. Squeeze in. Short people in front, tall people in back. Yes.
Super tall people in there.
Come in. Your butt is covered.
Perspective on things. You have to squeeze in a little bit more. Okay. No, I'm good. I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah, that's what you can do.
Are there Snapchat?
Tammy,
What?
do I look fat?
Tammy.
Her
name is Janet.
It's a test.
Tammy.
Say, dream some dreams.
Dream some dreams.
Okay. Great. One more.
5 more.
Have a slow.